The work that I've been doing is really looking at what people who live in the local area around the United Downs Deep Geothermal Power Project actually think about what's going on, because my real interest in research is how people communicate about ideas to do with geology and energy. And for me, it's really important to kind of get in and have those conversations with people about what they think so that we can understand how to have more effective communications. So one of the things that we're really interested in is how to share our research findings with the public, with the communities that we're working with once we're done. And so one of the ways we've been experimenting with this project has been creating a very artistic film that we can show to people to kind of give them an idea of the sort of questions that we've been asking and some of the answers that we've been finding. What do you know about geothermal power?
Hardly anything, nothing at all.
We've got to look for something else. We've got to, because otherwise there won't be a planet for our children or our children's children.
Yeah.
Like, we could have been doing this years ago. I don't understand why we haven't.
I think it's really good, that Cornwall's doing so much with renewable energy, and just it kind of adds to it, doesn't it, with the solar power and the wind power. It's great, really. It's kind of like leading the way a bit, isn't it? So.
Whilst it was clear that most people had a vague idea what geothermal power was, they didn't seem to know much about what was happening at United Downs, just up the road from them, despite most of them seeming to think that geothermal was a pretty good idea.
Whenever you've got something like that that's going on, the local community have a lot of questions that they want answered. And if people are open and transparent about what they're doing, they're far more likely to engage and have a good response from the local community, which is exactly what's happened.
Huge amount of community support. I think it's very important because the people who ran the project and still running the project engaged with the public at every opportunity. And that's very important when you've got something of this magnitude. It put Cornwall on the map again. This is the only geothermal project in Cornwall, and it's proved successful.
If I had second life, I would have gone down the geothermal project road, definitely, because I've learned so much about it and enjoy every minute of it.
As a geologist who wants to work in something that's sustainable and environmentally friendly, this is absolutely perfect, and it's on my doorstep as well. I've always wanted to come home to Cornwall, and the chance to be involved in the first deep geothermal project is amazing.
It's very interesting that the word has kind of spread through Cornwall. So we started out paying most attention to our very nearby community and the 4 local parishes. As we've gone on, the next parishes out have started to take an interest. People in the wider Cornwall, we've had visitors from quite a long way in Cornwall come to our open days. So in a Cornish sense, it's growing, and we've got quite a good following, if you like, in Cornwall. And the wider geothermal community is watching with interest.
It's a really fantastic thing to be happening here. Cornwall is one of the main areas of geothermal potential in the UK. So if this can work, there's obviously a fantastic opportunity for this geothermal industry to develop in the southwest of England.
Well, it's just so exciting. I mean, this is frontier stuff. I mean, I go around the UK, I go around internationally to conferences about geoenergy, and people are talking about geothermal, and they're talking about United Downs. This is an innovative project that if we can show that geothermal works here for heat and power, that's the critical thing, and for commercial energy, then we can do it elsewhere in Cornwall and in West Devon, but more importantly, we can do it across the UK. So it's fantastic.